Joes. A couple of weeks ago I was at Zwartkops Raceway, and while I was there I was chatting to MD Besser from Mangaza Racing, and I'd met him online through SARCO but never in real life. And while I was there we discussed him racing the Formula Vees, and he basically had said to me, the next time they have a practice day, why don't I come out and try the Formula Vee for myself? Well, this is exactly what I did, and this is the story. So while we were checking out a car actually driven by Vaughan Hills, Albert Wessels, my other rookie, he jumped into Vaughan's car while I was waiting for mine to arrive. And as I get into the car, my lead engineer Theodore Vermaak, he starts running and helps me get comfortable, strapped in and ready to go. Some support there from Terry Wilford. How's it, Terry? So managed to pull away without any troubles. Definitely a natural. Right, so we basically do a night lap. I'm now following MD Bester, and this is what lap number 1 looked like. So with the car on the side of the track stalled, unfortunately the session is red flagged and we have to return back to the pits. The car is recovered, put back into place, and we are once again freed from the pits. So on about lap number 2, I managed to catch up to Albert, find that inside line, and do my first official pass in a Formula Vee. And now we go for a quick tour around Zwartkops Raceway. Yep, and that was the moment where the instincts kicked in, and I was glad that I had some sort of racing experience to not go off in front of everybody in turn number 4. Yes, I know it's strange, but it's definitely one of my favorite moments, being able to see the wheel lock, and once it goes down, just spin up again, a little bit of blue smoke. Definitely a fun moment. So a little moment there for Albert again. Unfortunately, he's stuck on the side of the track, which means the session was red flagged and we had to return back. So Albert and I are told to swap cars. Now it's my turn to go in Vaughan Hills' old car from last year and give that a go. So a different car, a different sensation. The bars on the side were a lot tighter. I just fitted, but I had the two bars pushing up against me the entire time. In terms of the pedals were further down, where in the previous car there was a little bar that you could push your feet up against, and there you can see I went from first straight into fourth. Didn't even realize that I was doing it until I tried to give it some acceleration. Could not for the life of me get this car into second gear, but eventually I fiddled around with it, managed to find third, and I just left second altogether. So what was happening here, every time I try and change the gear backwards, is that my elbow would hit the back. I had to then take my fingers, put my fingers perpendicular to the ground, then lift my shoulder so that I could have enough space. Couldn't find the gear until there we go. Gear is now engaged, and now I could continue on with my way. So after the session I was asked how I felt, and this car definitely, I wasn't as comfortable in it. I battled to find second gear, which for me I wanted to be using. Definitely was feeling a little bit more understeer, and the rears locked up way before the fronts did. So I had that feeling that the rear was always going to step out. Then unfortunately the session was red flagged, so we had to start again. And this is now the second half of the third session. You can see now I just decided, stuff the second gear, I'll just keep it in third all the way through here. And yes, this definitely did feel good. So for the rest of the third session, all I wanted to do was just figure out my braking points, turning points, keep nice and consistent and comfortable, so that for that last session I could push it just a little bit more and see whether I can not start chasing some sort of lap times. So now it's the final session of the day, and I've been told that I was going faster in the blue car. Now I was determined to be able to beat that and show that I can actually drive this car. No coconuts, I nearly forgot, because I managed to meet Lendl Janssen, who we all know him as Lima. Man, oh man, is he quick in one of these cars. I must say, coming down the hill, I'd already figured out where I wanted to be putting the car. There it is, that's the line. Commit third gear and make the pass. I was determined to get myself into the 16s, because I was told that I was doing 21s in the orange car in session 3, so I was determined to go the 5 seconds quicker, which apparently what I was doing in the blue car. Braking point, turning point, apex point, exit point, that was all I was thinking. So with my 11 lap montage now done and dusted, everything came down to these last 2 laps. So on the last lap of the last session, I managed to achieve what I'd set out to go and do, and that was to beat a 116, and I went and did a 115.3. Was so excited, locked up the rears, nearly caught it, and then, sorry Vaughn. So what an amazing day. Thank you so much to MD Bester and Mangaza Racing. Guys, if you'd like to do the same, there are rental options. You can go check them out. I will put all the details up in the description below. So guys, what I'd suggest is get yourself to one of those test days. Go and drive the car, experience it. It was probably one of the most fun that I've had on four wheels to date. So a big thank you firstly goes to MD Bester from Mangaza Racing. Guys, go check that out. You have to do that. Thank you to Theo for your support there in the pits and behind the scenes. To Terry Wilford for your moral support. And Lendorf for being so freaking fast, man. No ways I was going to catch you. So guys, if you enjoyed that, give this video a like, and if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel, and you will be able to see more of this SARCO online racing. So guys, until then, race safe, and thanks for watching. Yos.